Welcome to this video on a month of mindfulness, a short video series of monotangles in black and white with an emphasis on here and now with a pen using the Zentangle method. Today's tangle is a sweet one called Caracole by Lily Moon, and it is an ever-expanding tangle, which means you can either stop short of your boundary or your pencil line or head over that section edge, which it's your choice today. It starts like yesterday's one, with an orb in the middle, not too big, not too small, but one that you can put another drama orb inside, albeit with a bit of sparkle. So I'm just going to start straight away with my pen and pop in that orb. As I said, if it's too small to get your orb within, do an aura line on the outside and use that initial orb as your drama orb. Otherwise, squeeze a wee one into the middle and add a little bit of fill with a little bit of sparkle. So I mentioned this was an ever-increasing tangle. And you can see here my line isn't perfect when I joined up my orb as I came round. So just focus, and I'm going to use that point to start off. And here I'm going to produce a little party hat on my orb. And then I will gently rotate my round around the way. And I'm going to start another party hat. And this time I want to draw this party hat a little bit bigger than the last one. So I'm just going to go out a little bit further and join my orb. And each time increasing the size as the tangle begins to wind around the central orb. One party hat squeezed out behind the next one. You may find it a little easier to pop a dot a little bit further out each time and use that to head towards and come back. That way you can gently increase the size of your party hat as you head on round. Each one getting slightly bigger as it heads out. And you'll find as you come round that your orb then becomes completely covered with the previous party hats. But that's okay. These party hats are just going to use the drawing behind technique to come back. Each time popping a dot, drawing the next one. Each dot perhaps a little nearer to the circumference of the section that you're working within. Perhaps you've invited lots of people to your party and they're all wearing their party hats. Or perhaps the analogy is just taking this meaningful project, starting small and slowly building up and around as you go. Where to stop? Who knows? Perhaps you'll run out of tile space. Perhaps you'll run out of section space. Each time, just doing a dot, bringing it in. If you want to keep it contained within, perhaps your dots will get slowly nearer each time. Perhaps if you're ever increasing, they'll head off the edge of the section. And I'm simply going to finish mine today with now doing an inner aura on each of those party hats. So I'll go back to the ones that I started and just do a short, simple inner aura. I don't have to think where I'm drawing with my pen. I'm just following the line that already exists. Each one coming out behind the one in front. So auraing in order, gently rotating the tile as you go. No prizes for coming first. Might add a bit of sparkle. Just take your time. Really concentrate on where you're focusing your pen as you gently aura those shapes that are already down. And then I want to do some very simple shading here. I'm going to use my inner auras to just give myself a point at which to add my graphite at the tops. If you want to shade a different way, absolutely welcome to do so. And this time I'll use my pencil to gently add the graphite. You can choose in the same mindful way of rotating round and round, following each one in order, or you can choose to do all of them on one side of your orb and all of them on the other. Once you're sure you have added all your graphite, then take your blending tool and gently pull the graphite away from the point of the party hat into the section. As I say, I like to start in the middle and think of my ever-expanding project, just slowly growing. Perhaps that's exactly what your tiles are doing, building a bigger project if you've been following along to all of these videos. Just one every day, for hopefully no more than just the same time it would take to have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and just enjoy. Gently pulling that graphite out, away from where you popped it down inside that inner aura, and pulling it out into the texture of the paper. And then you might find your project has slowly built up into a wheel. You've got the right spot to add your mark, perhaps on that last Caracole one party hat that you did. And there is your gentle Caracole. Perhaps you've chosen to add a bit of drama to your Caracole. I've just noticed I haven't added my chop on this one. That's not very good of me. I should make sure that you appreciate and take a moment to really spend some time owning what you've done today. Each one will be different depending on your mood. Or perhaps with Caracole, your party hats weren't straight. Perhaps they were just being blown by the wind as you slowly increased them and their size. So whichever way you've chosen to do your Caracole today, I hope you've had fun, and just remember, this meaningful project is just like the whole tangle. You slowly build and enjoy the journey every day to build something slowly and increasing it until it becomes a permanent habit. Happy tangling.